Spray me up, or maybe just do the locks. Take me out the city, take me out the box. Let them stack a million, invest stocks. Buy 100 acres and grow crops. I'll go Dr. Sebi, nigga, you watch. I made it when my mama hold me, no pops. Full speed ahead and I won't stop. Now I'm touching Power Boy, no shock. Really got the truth painted on my heart. Clear vision of the lies they push in the dark. I see through they sides like a shopping cart. 2020, no year, talking eye chart. Doubted kid, take a look at my story. Came a long way, barefoot, no glory. No Denzel, I'm like Malcolm in the flesh. I pray every day that the bullet hit the vest.
Thought that I was looking at this 2020, 2020, eh. But I couldn't recognize the facade. No, vision blurry, can't see nothing, no. My mind was playing tricks on me, but now I got that vision and I'm telling everybody, oh, make sure everybody knows. They lie about your history, so tell it with precision, and you make sure everybody knows your legacy is written in stone.
I'ma tell it all cause they never really say a lot. Rather count money so they sold, not get pop. Really don't blame them, look how they did Pac. If I speak up, will I die in the parking lot? Never would've made it coming off my block. I owe it all to God cause he jammed that Glock. Then put me on a path to levitate my thoughts. Kept me one step ahead so I see they plots. Yes, now it's all so luminous. Separated myself from the ludicrous. Nothing new, been like this from the start. Police flood the streets and I don't see the art. I'm trying to feel the sun in the promised land. Soak it all in like a headband. Shine all over, no formatin. Get juice from the fruit like a lemon stand.
Thought that I was looking at this 2020, 2020, eh. But I couldn't recognize the facade. No, vision blurry, can't see nothing, no. My mind was playing tricks on me, but now I got that vision and I'm telling everybody, oh, make sure everybody knows. They lie about your history, so tell it with precision, and you make sure everybody knows your legacy is written in stone.
Take a knee and be silent. Protest, riot, be violent. Whatever works, I'm hoping we find it. Know the purpose, try not to be blinded. Try to see the light that the dark won't reach. Learn the way that they dare not teach. Live the life that they just won't preach. You could lose your life with just one speech. Kennedy, no one's safe. Dr. King, it's not about race. Took 31 years just to solve his case. A government hit on both those greats. Man, only time can tell. We can never see justice inside that cell. Real wars in your heart, look inside yourself. Let's take a stand till we prevail.
Thought that I was looking at this 2020, 2020, eh. But I couldn't recognize the facade. Vision blurry, can't see nothing, no. My mind was playing tricks on me, but now I got that vision and I'm telling everybody, oh, make sure everybody knows. They lie about your history, so tell it with precision, and you make sure everybody knows your legacy is written in stone.
Okay guys, so my camera cut off. It was a 3-hour process from start to finish. My neighbor was super helpful and kind. She came over to help me out and we got it up. So there it is. It's up. I'm gonna decorate now and get the table in there and just kind of like get it together. And then I'll like film something better. But hopefully you guys were entertained with all of the mess ups. Shalom! Hello everyone! Shabbat Shalom! It's the second day of Sukkot. I'm here, I'm just watching a little virtual Beth Israel Messianic Synagogue from Jacksonville, Florida. That's the synagogue that we went to when we lived there, so I still tune in virtually. Here's the inside of the sukkah, guys. It's just like a screen tent thing. So there's no bottom, like there's no floor, which is nice because that's where it gets all messy. But anyway, hopefully you guys, those who observe Sukkot, are having a good start. I know a lot of people, specifically who are brand new, sorry I just put some lip balm on, who are brand new to keeping the feast, like two things usually happens. They usually stress themselves out because they're trying to do everything perfectly, and they miss out on the whole purpose of the holy day and the feast. Or they go the other way and may feel like, well, because I know I can't get it where I want it, I'm just kind of gonna like not do anything. And I think both of those things are a mistake. I think it's so important to just do what you can, and know that the purpose, and know what the purpose of the feast is, right? So the purpose of Sukkot is very different than the purpose of Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles, is very different from the purpose of the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur. So knowing what the purpose of the feast day is so important. This feast specifically, it's like the time of our joy. Like this is the feast where God, He commands you to rejoice, to be joyful before Him, to sit here and to wave the palms before Him and rejoice, hallelujah, and to just be so just thankful for His provision. I know that for a lot of people, so I'll tell you guys, Sukkot it's the feast day that I probably identify with the most. Like it just, like every year I'm so excited for it. It just gets me right there. Like I feel like I'm just like wrapped up in Sukkot. I don't know how to explain it, but I connect with Sukkot on a different level. And I think, I was thinking about it this year, and I think it's because I'm pretty like idealistic. That's just my personality, so I'm always looking at the future. I'm looking at the past and seeing how that can affect the future, seeing how we can improve the future, and just, I don't know, like looking back and trying to like see the best in whatever we went through. And so obviously this this feast day, we're remembering our ancestors, you know, like we're remembering the fact that the Most High's provision was still there when we had nothing, when our people were fresh out of slavery, when we literally were like broke, like had nothing. And the Most High could have got us to Israel way sooner, the Promised Land way sooner. You know, Egypt, Israel's not that far. But he made our people stay and dwell in that wilderness for 40 years in booths. I mean, this is like an upgrade, right? Like it, I'm sure it rained, you know what I mean? But like this was like probably an upgrade to what they had. And it's not like they came out with like a whole bunch of food and like animals and crops and like seeds. Like I'm sure they had some of those things, but I doubt they had as what we have, grocery stores and whatever else. Like I know that they didn't have that. And so it's just this reminder that like the Most High truly is all we need. And if He calls us into like something that we just think is crazy and ridiculous, like a really tough season, or something where we're like, okay, you got me out of something hard, but like what is this? Like honey, like the wilderness for 40 years, you know, when even when that's happening, we can see His provision, His care, and so often it's to get something out of our system. I know in my own life, when God makes me do things the hard way, it's the purpose is He's getting something out of me. Like there's something in me that doesn't need to be there, and He's just fleshing it out. He's getting it out of me. I think also, so like everybody loves December holiday, you know, like Christmas, and I think that's like the main one that everyone's like super emotionally connected to. And I think it's because for the most part, everyone pretends to be nice, right? During that time, there's all this charity, Salvation Army, everybody's giving, everybody's talking about joy on earth, peace and goodwill among men, right? And that's a counterfeit, obviously. But Sukkot reminds me truly of the kindnesses of our neighbors and of others, and not so much like this historical, like the original Sukkot, right? But mainly in the Most High sending Yeshua down, like sending his word to become flesh. That's a kindness to us. It's such a mercy and a kindness to us, for him to do that. And for him to tabernacle, to Sukkot among us. I don't know, it's just like a really beautiful picture of just like God's kindness, his compassion. And I think that's mirrored in other human beings. Obviously, we're all made in the image of the Most High. And so even with erecting this structure, I couldn't do it by myself. Like, this is a 14 by 10 foot structure. Y'all saw the struggle. And then I didn't film my neighbors. I don't like having people that I don't know like really all like that, like on my YouTube channel, because they may not agree with what I'm espousing on my channel, and it's just too much, so I always protect people's privacy and don't put them on. But anyway, y'all didn't see, like, I had a whole neighbor come over here, take time out of her day. Like, she had stuff to do, but she came over, we took this whole thing, it was like flat, and we put it up there, and we pegged it into the ground and got it up, and then we picked it up and moved it back over here. That's a lot of work, for especially like for someone who like has, I mean, what does she get out of that? Nothing. Like, maybe feeling good about herself for 5 minutes that she helped somebody, but like she really doesn't get anything out of that. And it's just the kindness of people around you. And I know right now, especially our world will only show you the lack of kindness, and there's a time for that, and that's good that, you know, we're seeing injustice, we're seeing the lack of kindness, we're seeing those things. It needs to be brought into the light. But I also want to highlight that people are so kind. I work for a biking company, and I got the bike, but I had to kind of like assemble it. Like, I had to get out my car and put it in my house, and another neighbor was like, "Do you need help?" I was like, "Yes, yes I do," because the bike itself weighs more than me, and he just came over and like totally took it out my car, no problem for him, you know, and rolled it into my house, and then I set it up. But like, just that, again, like, he had his wife with him, his woman, his child, like, and dogs. Like, he didn't have to take time out of his nice family walk to come help random woman looking crazy trying to get a giant cycling bike out of her car, but he did. And so I just want to encourage you guys that this feast is all about rejoicing and joy and just being so thankful for the provision of the Most High, and like, and in everything, whether you have little or a lot, like, it doesn't matter. Like, this is not the feast of like who can have the prettiest sukkah for IG. Like, who cares? Like, the root of this feast is knowing that, like, it doesn't matter. I mean, he literally says, your daughter, your son, your slave, your servant, your maidservant, everybody that's in your household gets to just rejoice and dwell in one sukkah. There's no like gatekeeping. There's no like, well, you're not a natural born Israelite, so you got to go over there. There's stranger among you. Everyone is welcome into the sukkah, and that's telling us that everyone is welcome into the Most High's tabernacle. Everybody. And that's just beautiful. So let's practice and exercise joy. Let's exercise our joy muscle. It's so easy to like practice being like shady and funny and like even depressed and anxious in this time. Let's put that energy into being joyful. Let's practice being joyful, y'all. So anyway, I'm gonna finish listening to Rabbi. And I'm just, you know, taking some notes here. I had, not the Apocrypha, but I was reading Deuteronomy 16. So I'm just out here chilling, y'all. So anyway, hopefully you guys have a wonderful feast. Chag Sameach.
we was underpaid. They doubted every step till they saw us here. A light year away, you can hear us clear. The stream of our music right through the ear. Transmitted over time, but it got there. Pointing speakers to the universe. Press play, let the good sound leave the earth. Hoping that the higher power hear it first. I swear my spirit is. I'm already. I said we made it. We already. Yeah. I remember back in the day, I used to think about these moments I'm in now. Feel so good, I was already there then. Now I'm here.